the fuck did Sony just show us? What did Sony just show us? First off, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris Simmons, and I'm back with another video. This is my impressions, my thoughts, my disappointment in the Sony's E3 conference. First and foremost, it's like I said about 2-3 videos ago, Sony is going to show us the same thing they showed last year at E3. That's what they did. Then old boy got the nerve to come out there and talk about, okay, you can breathe. Dude, you ain't showing shit. Now, it ain't all doom and gloom on the Sony camp. It was a couple of games that got me pumped to play, and I'm definitely buying them. But for the most part, Sony's E3 conference was a rerun or remaster of last year, like Shadow of the Colossus. They did a remaster of an old PS2 game. That was why the crowd was pretty much dead and not involved that whole conference. But anyway, let's get into it. They started off Uncharted DLC. I like that, but we knew it was coming. But yeah, it looked good. I'm gonna get it. Maybe not right away, cause I think $40 for DLC. I learned my lesson with Destiny. So I don't know, especially if they're not gonna give me, if it's gonna be like 3-4 hours now. If it's gonna have a damn near whole $60 game runtime, then I'll probably get it day one. But definitely gonna get it. Look good. But I don't know about day one or as soon as it come out. Then they showed Horizon Zero Dawn DLC. Now, I want to like this game, but I know people gonna say you're an Xbot, you're hating it, it's great. I'm pretty sure it is great, but to me, it feels like something I don't play. You see, it's Tomb Raider. It's Tomb Raider with a Terminator storyline. I'm sorry. Now, if this game had came out before Rise of the Tomb Raider and before Uncharted 4, and I had played it, then probably the excitement for that game would be a way lot higher than what it is now. But after playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, after playing Uncharted 4, and then you give me this, it's pretty. Very pretty game. But it's the same mechanics. You just got dinosaurs thrown in the mix. Robotic dinosaurs. So, like I said, I gave my Horizon Zero Dawn away. I traded it for Resident Evil 7. So, I guess whenever my brother-in-law is done with it, and I'm done with Resident Evil, we'll swap back and I'll try to play through it because I want to play this game. I want to like this game, but not excited for it. Then they showed us Days Gone. Yet again, another pretty game I'm looking forward to playing. But we knew it was coming. No surprise. Now, with that being said, we got a little more in-depth gameplay. And so my ticker looked like 4 minutes. Okay, yeah. And it looked good. But Sony seems to be hitting us with this same setup. Drawn over the shoulder camera, third person type view. Gorgeous scenery. Gorgeous foreground. And just throw a different protagonist in there. If you take the guy from Days Gone out, and you put Nathan Drake in there, you think it was Uncharted. If you take Nathan Drake out, and you put Aloy from Horizon, you think you was playing Horizon Zero Dawn. If you take them out, you throw Kratos in there, you swear you thought you was playing God of War. Just saying. But they look good. And I'm going to buy them. So far they started out pretty decent. Like I said, the only thing I didn't really want excited for so far was the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC. Yeah, I took my notes. See that? Got my notes. But this is when the conference started going down. They did too much PlayStation VR. I mean, they show, but don't get me wrong. I like PlayStation VR. Like I said, my brother-in-law bought it. He bought it over here. He made me a believer. The price is just too high. Now, people complain about the One X price at $500, but at least you're getting a console. But then people think the full $500 price tag for PSVR is worth it. It's too much. Unless you are just, VR is going to be something you're going to use 3 days out the week or daily or more, then yes, invest in it. Because they got games coming forward. Half of them look like trash. But I see the patient, and I think that's what it was. The patient, I think it was. I can't remember. I can't read my writing. I was writing so fast. Chicken scratch now. And Bravo team. They okay. I played them on PSVR. They looked good. But man, like I said, this conference man was too much VR. Then another down point of the conference. Sony has all of these marketing rights for these third party games. They only showed two. For a total about 5 minutes combined. They showed a little bit of Call of Duty, World War II, and a little bit of Destiny 2, just to let you know that they gonna get the beta a day early. You're gonna have one exclusive raid, one exclusive exotic, I think it was a sniper rifle, one exclusive piece of gear. You know why they didn't show those games? Because even though Microsoft couldn't show those on their big stage, they was playing them in the booths. And it's kind of, now, like I say, if y'all on YouTube, you can see the people reactions to playing these games. It is amazing on the X1. So you can decide not to get it. That's your prerogative. But the X1 is the way to go for your multi-platform games. But this is a Sony thing, so I'm not gonna talk about that. And another thing where it went bad, no Gran Turismo. They showed it at the pre-show, but put it on the big stage. It's your flagship franchise. It's been on PlayStation since PlayStation 1. No Gran Turismo. So I just, that whole part, that the middle, not good. Then it picked back up. They showed God of War. Man. Damn, just talking about it gave me a little chill. Now, I was on the fence because I like the traditional God of War camera view, slightly elevated. Kratos could do ranged attacks from everywhere, roll around. That was my God of War. And then they made it again. Like I said, it looked like Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted type camera view, Days Gone. But they made me a believer. The combat, instead of being ranged now like it was primarily, more close. But man, it was fluid. It was fast. It was smooth. And still so brutal. So God of War, day one, our only disappointment with that is I thought it was coming out this year. Next year. But they say early, so early could be January, February, March. So but I'm good. As long as it's coming out, I'm great. No delays, no cancellations like Scalebound. I'm not going there. But yeah, I was looking forward for Scalebound, and then no. And then Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human. Sold on it. Just on the simple fact the game looked gorgeous. So I believe that is a multi-platform game. If it is, I'm gonna get it on the other platform more than likely. But either way around, if it's an exclusive, more power to Sony, I'm definitely gonna get it. Destiny 2. Still not really impressed on it. especially being that it locked at 30 frames, regardless if you're going to switch it to 4K or just 1080p, it's still locked at 30. I mean, again, frame rate really don't bother me as long as the game plays good because certain games on the other platform plays at 30 and they play really well, smooth. So it's just the fact that they chose to do that when they couldn't, when they could have beefed it up. And be honest, it looked like DLC for Destiny 1 still. But I love Destiny. It's one of my favorite games. But am I, because I put a lot of money in the original Destiny. I mean, I bought DLC every time it came out, day one. And that's a lot of money. Then I bought it again on the PS4 to Take It King. And then I bought the Rise of Iron separately. It's a lot of money. I haven't bought the last DLC yet because I'm like, Destiny 2 is around the corner. I don't know. But they closed the show with SpiderMan. I just put the note down on that one. That SpiderMan game, man. That SpiderMan game, please break that out early next year. I wish it was out this year. But that SpiderMan game was amazing. Like that, play with words. That game looked good. It ran good. I mean, the web slinging, the climbing, the Spider-Man mechanics worked so well with that. I call it the Arkham Knight fight system, or the Batman fight system, because, you know, when he's on the ground, he won't shoot webs. It kind of reminded me of Arkham Knight, which is a great fluid fight system. But then he's sneaking around raptors, setting traps, pulling the environment on people. Please bring this game out soon as possible. I want that Spider-Man game. So, with that being said, they had a lot of low points. Just like as well as the other company, they had a lot of low points. But I believe it was enough high points so that it still keep people excited. It's just, you know, it was rumored it would be another Bloodborne, which I'm not into Bloodborne, none of those games, but, you know, we'd like to see what it looked like. It was supposed to be some other stuff being in development. Then they didn't show the multi-platform games that they got the marketing deals from, but then Microsoft couldn't show it on what in again, but they couldn't show it. So, you know, I wanted to see these games, what they were gonna look like. But all in all, Sony had a decent show. I'm not gonna throw it under the bus, but I mean it was just a repeat of last year's E3. Bottom line. If and the crowd, I mean, take your fanboy out of it. You know, all the PlayStation hardcore enthusiasts. Look at that show. As you was just straight up, you just a consumer. I want to see what's going to be the best way to go for my money. Even the crowd wasn't really excited. They were quiet for the most part. I had two ass clowns jumped up and did a bow for Days Gone, but I'm like, really? That's about bad as the people that went crazy for Metroid Prime 4 release out there. Metroid Prime 4! Metroid! Yes! No. But anyway, that's the whole, I'm going to do that Nintendo thing later. But all in all, Sony, I tell you, man, just got off work early in the morning, people calling. But all in all, Sony's E3 was decent. If I had to give it a score, a letter grade, I had to give it like a C. That's because of the simple fact that rerun from last year, for the most part, no surprises. Didn't show the big budget multi-platform games that they spent the money on for the marketing deal. And I was expecting at least a tease of the PS5, being that the Pro pretty much, we see now what the Pro is not going to be able to do, which is why I never bought a Pro and pretty much I probably won't. And they didn't even do a price cut on the Pro to make it even like, well, it's weaker, it's far weaker, but we will at least drop the price for you. So come get it. So I don't know. I got to give it a C. Give it a C, which ain't bad. That's average. That's average for what they showed, and that's just it. But other than that, stay tuned for my Nintendo thoughts. It's not gonna take long, trust me. I watched it. That's how I had done this Sony one last night before I left to go to work, but for whatever reason, the volume I did on my iPhone and the volume just was muffled. You couldn't hear me. So I got home this morning after work, and I'm doing it again. So while I was at work, I happened to watch the Nintendo one. And don't worry, it's the Nintendo one's gonna be short and sweet. But probably gonna make some people mad. I don't get that many views. Well, I do get a couple of views here and there, but nah. So probably won't nobody man. I just like I said, I do this for fun. But I'm gonna throw it out there. Like what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm an Xbox guy. Don't hate me, don't bash me, but I got play everything. But I try to keep it as unbiased as possible. Just try to call it straight down the middle. I might veer to the Xbox side a little bit more than the PlayStation, but I try to keep it pretty much even. Just hit the like button for me, man. Subscribe and share my channel, share my information. Tell your friends about me. Do some funny stuff from time to time. Put my sleep apnea mask on and bring out sleep apnea. I got a new character I'm doing on my Facebook chapter called Captain Hate. He might be coming to my YouTube channel soon. Because there's a lot of haters out here in this gaming community, man. I tell you. Woo. But anyway, it's your boy Crazy Summons. I rambled long enough. I am out. Till next time. Game on, players.